Hey, everyone. Today we're diving into one of history's most mysterious libraries, the Library of Whispering Ashes. Let's get into it. In the waning days of the 1500s, amidst the grandeur and opulence of Spain's golden age, tucked away in a secluded monastery, resided one of Europe's most clandestine collections of literature, the Library of Whispers. Within its hallowed or perhaps accursed halls, an assortment of over 30,000 volumes lay dormant, hidden from the prying eyes of the outside world. These weren't just any books. Oh no, they were dangerous, heretical, and forbidden, containing knowledge that the Holy Church deemed too unsettling for mortal minds to handle. We're talking books on alchemy, demonology, and rituals. Subjects so taboo that merely possessing them could earn you a one-way ticket to the gallows or worse. Safe within the monastery, these books whispered secrets only to those who dared to listen. Or did they? To understand this mystery, we must first turn back the clock to the year 1596. Imagine yourself in a time when the line between faith and heresy was razor-thin, and the slightest misstep could land you in the clutches of the dreaded Inquisition. The Catholic Church's grip on Europe was absolute, and its influence over every facet of human life was undeniable. But in the shadows, there were those who dared to question, explore, and experiment, pushing the boundaries of accepted knowledge at great personal risk. For instance, take the field of alchemy, the ancient practice of turning base metals into gold. It wasn't just a medieval version of chemistry. No, it was a gateway to the secrets of the universe. Alchemists believed that understanding the composition of matter could unlock the very essence of creation itself. Then there's demonology, the study of demons and the occult, a subject that delved into the darkest corners of the human psyche and the unseen forces that controlled it. And lastly, rituals, the performance of actions imbued with special meaning and power. These could range from religious ceremonies to more sinister practices designed to summon otherworldly entities or bend the laws of nature. All these topics were highly controversial and often associated with witchcraft and heresy. But our story doesn't end there. Enter the monastery, an isolated fortress of faith where monks dedicated their lives to serving the church and preserving its teachings. But like a Greek tragedy waiting to unfold, this seemingly peaceful haven would soon become the stage for a terrifying tale of forbidden knowledge and the relentless pursuit of power. The monks, sworn to uphold the sanctity of the church, found themselves entrusted with safeguarding these dangerous books. It was a heavy burden, one that came with the responsibility of protecting not just the texts, but the very fabric of faith itself. Each book in their possession contained whispers of heresy, glimmers of forbidden magic that could shake the foundations of the religious world as they knew it. Fast forward now to the year 1615. The air is thick with tension and the flames of controversy burn brightly. A delegation from the Holy Office arrives at the monastery unannounced, demanding access to the library. Their leader, a stern-faced inquisitor, leaves no room for debate, ordering the monks to surrender the books immediately. The monks are torn. On one hand, they've been taught to obey the church and its representatives. But on the other hand, they know what will become of these books once they leave the monastery walls. Yet as the saying goes, God created man and Lucifer brought him free will. The monks, torn between their duty and their conscience, make a fateful decision to defy the order. They hide the books deep within the library, concealing their presence with utmost care. However, their defiance goes unnoticed. And that brings us to the infamous night of June 27, 1615. The silence of the night is shattered by the roar of flames as the inquisitors discover the secret stash of books. With righteous fury, they order the immediate burning of the heretical material. As the flames rise higher, the books appear to whisper secrets to the wind, their voices growing louder until they fill the night with eerie chants and screams. For 7 long nights, the fire rages, devouring shelf after shelf of forbidden knowledge. The stench of burning pages fills the air, and the light of the fire can be seen for miles around. But on the 8th night, something inexplicable happens. The fire refuses to die. It flickers and sputters, yet it won't go out. The inquisitors, exhausted and perhaps a bit frightened by this sudden turn of events, decide to seal the library forever. The entrance is blocked, effectively entombing the books and their secrets within the monastery walls. Or so they thought. You see, the library didn't stay silent for long. Travelers passing by the monastery began reporting strange and unsettling occurrences. Some claimed to see ash drifting down from the ceiling, even though no fire burned within. Others swore they heard voices whispering directly to them, offering forbidden knowledge for a price. And some even claimed to see books appearing on the floor that shouldn't exist, their pages filled with alchemical formulas, demonic lore, and ritual instructions. The whispers grew louder, seeping into the dreams of those who heard them, driving some to the brink of madness. And then there were the explorers who couldn't resist the pull of the forbiddens. By the 1800s, stories of those who broke into the monastery's ruins circulated throughout Europe. Some said they saw burns across the skin of those who returned, as if touched by invisible hands. Others claimed that those who entered the monastery simply vanished, never to be seen again. The brave or perhaps foolish souls who ventured inside the ruined library carried tales of an oppressive atmosphere, of suffocating dust and an overwhelming sense of dread. Some spoke of ghostly apparitions that flitted through the crumbling shelves, their forms shimmering like heat waves in the fading light. Today, locals still speak in hushed tones about the dangers of the monastery. They say the spirits of the Inquisitors guard the ruins, ever vigilant against any who might seek to disturb the slumbering darkness within. The monastery stands as a chilling reminder of the lengths to which fanaticism and the lust for knowledge can drive humanity. It's a place where the boundaries between the mundane and the macabre blur, leaving visitors to wonder just how much darkness they're willing to face in the pursuit of forbidden wisdom. So why exactly is the monastery so significant? Why does it continue to fascinate and terrify us even today? Perhaps it's because the monastery represents a time when reason and faith were at odds, when the pursuit of knowledge was fraught with danger and persecution. In a world that revered tradition and dogma, those who dared to question the status quo were often branded as heretics, forced to choose between their beliefs and their lives. The story of the monastery serves as a haunting reminder of this turbulent period in human history, a time when the thirst for knowledge was a dangerous obsession. Furthermore, the monastery embodies the allure of the forbiddens. The idea that certain knowledge is too dangerous for ordinary minds to comprehend, too unsettling for society to handle, has always held a certain fascination for humans. The whispering ashes represent the tantalizing possibility that there are things beyond our understanding, forces and powers that lie dormant, waiting to be unleashed. The mere suggestion of such mysteries lurking in the shadows captures our imagination and fuels our insatiable curiosity. Think about it. In a world where Google provides answers at our fingertips and Wikipedia offers a vast storehouse of information, the concept of forbidden knowledge seems almost quaint. Yet the monastery reminds us that this hunger for restricted information is deeply ingrained in us, a testament to our unquenchable thirst for understanding the unknown. Finally, the monastery speaks to our primal fears, our anxieties about the darkness that lurks within both ourselves and the world around us. The whispering ashes symbolize the unsettling idea that there are malevolent forces at play, whispering insidious suggestions, tempting us towards the abyss. The notion that these whispers can drive us to the brink of madness or lure us into dangerous pursuits taps into our deepest fears of losing, control of succumbing to the allure of the forbiddens and unleashing chaos and destruction. In conclusion, the monastery is much more than just a ruined building in Spain. It's a vessel of suppressed knowledge, a monument to human ambition and a tangible manifestation of our fascination with the darker aspects of existence. The whispering ashes continue to captivate our imaginations, reminding us of the intoxicating allure of the forbiddens and the terrifying power of the unknown. Whether we re-exploring the depths of our own psyches or venturing into the uncharted territories of the cosmos, the echoes of the library serve as a haunting reminder of the thin veil that separates our world from the abyss. Now let's look at some of the comments from previous videos. This comment comes from the Unliving Historian. They ask, do you think the Library of Alexandria had any impact on the Great Fire of Rome? Well, that's an excellent question. It's widely believed that the Great Fire of Rome, which ravaged the city in 64 AD, was actually started accidentally by a series of unfortunate events rather than by any single individual who lit a match. What's interesting is that there have been theories suggesting that Nero, the Roman emperor at the time, used the fire as a cover to build his infamous Domus Aurea, or Golden House. He may have deliberately set sections of the city ablaze, blaming it on Christians to divert attention from his own potential involvement in starting the fire. The timing of the fire occurring just a few years before the Library of Alexandria was destroyed suggests a possible connection. However, there isn't any solid evidence linking them. It's fascinating to speculate on whether the Great Fire of Rome played a role in the eventual fate of the library. Maybe you'll have to wait for another video for that one. This comment comes from Sean P. O'Brien. They say, "I'm loving the series. Please keep making them. Thank you so much for your support. I'm glad you're enjoying the series, and I definitely plan to keep making them. So rest assured, more historical mysteries await." If you have any suggestions for topics you'd like me to cover, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I always appreciate your input. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting the channel. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries of our past.